Okay, so I'm going to be playing a game. Actually, I'm spectating a game I played of Vanar versus Songhai. Okay, and I'm going to try and commentate it after the fact to better explain my thought process. First off, I'm going to replace Mystic because I kind of know I'm going to play this first. And so I want to see if I can get a spell, maybe a Chromatic Cold or something. And I'm going to keep this guy. First off, let me just pause quick. This is after the patch that just happened. Luckily, it didn't really change Vanar at all. It changed Jaxie's to a 1-1 from a 2-2. And that kind of sucks because Jaxie's was a great card on Vanar, but it was a great card in every faction. So he got the nerf too. Songhai didn't really change. They changed Kaido to a 2-3. And the new minions that are going to be really good for Songhai haven't been released yet. So we don't have to worry about that. So let's get this underway. Alright, turn 1. I'm going to end up placing this guy here or here. And the reason being, so that next turn I can grab a mana tile with him. Here I actually replaced my Fenrir. I'm not sure why I did that. In retrospect, I should have not replaced anything because both of those cards were good to have for my next turn. And you see I get Twilight, so it's kind of really bad because he costs too much. Alright, so right away he plays Cyclone Mass, which is just ranged. And what this signals to me is I need to get to him. I need to get to him fast and break this, or else he's going to chunk me down from a distance. So I toss the Twilight and actually get this guy back, which is great. And you'll notice here I have access to 2 mana tiles to bring me to 5 mana, which will give me enough mana to play both of these because they cost 5 together. So I'm going to do that. And I'm trying to swarm the board and get really close to him because I need to get close to him to break his artifacts. I have to. There's no two ways about it. If you kind of let them sit back and get their artifacts going, and they have another mask they can put on that gives them +2 attack, he's going to start chunking for 4 damage from range. He can pretty much kill anything on the board. Anything on the board right now. I mean, except me. So he does just that. He plays Mask of Shadows, which gives him +2 attack and backstab 4. He kills my Cloaker, and that's that. I'm going to replace this guy because he costs 7. Not the greatest card. I didn't really want this right now. Here what I'm going to do is just move forward, try to get really close to him. I don't have a whole lot I can do. I'm going to play my Mystic and heal myself. And one important thing to note is I didn't play my Mystic to grab the mana. I've noticed a lot of people just kind of blindly grab mana tiles, but I don't have anything to use it for. I didn't want to equip this. There's no reason to. So I'm just going to leave it open. So now in the future I have the option to grab it if I need it. And it's kind of an insurance policy because he can't get to it. It'd be really tough for him to get to it, and if he did, he'd have to spend quite a bit of mana to do that. So here I'm kind of looking at my Hailstone Prison, which returns a minion to its bar, and I'm going to return my own minion. And the reason for that is because he can kill it from range, and I would much rather him kill this guy or kill this guy, and because he spawns a 3/3 ghost when he dies. And this guy has the 4 attack stat when he's on the opponent's side of the battlefield, which I like. In retrospect, looking back, I probably could have returned this because then I get to heal 2 health again. But I think either would have been nice. This way too, I have a card close to him that he has to deal with as well, another one. Because he really doesn't want me to hit him at all. He has 2 masks on, he doesn't want me to do any damage to him. He plays Tuskboar, that infamous 3/3 2-drop rush, one of the, I think, the best minions in the game. If not the best minion, the best 2-drop, by far. It's a really good card because it forces you to deal with it, because if you don't, it goes back to his hand. You can look at his hand to see how many cards he has. If he has a full hand, this will actually just die, it disappears, but in this case he does not. He's going to reactivate it and kill my guy and spawn the 3/3 that died when it dies. He actually made a mistake too. He moved into range of this to kill it, and in doing so lost 1 durability from each of these. So not the greatest move from him. I replaced my 0 mana freeze card because there's no minions to use it on. And I picked up a good card. Healing's great against Songhai because Vanar has no in-faction healing. So you need some way to heal yourself, especially against these guys who are going to be constantly hitting you. So the play here, I'm thinking about playing this on the tile and then playing and attacking and playing my Rejuvenator, but I don't have to. I don't really need the tile yet. Another option I could do is actually Chromatic Cold him, which will deal 1 damage to each of his artifacts, and then I can hit him with my general, and that will remove both of the artifacts. So you'll see me, I do that. I know I'm going to do it. I just wanted to explain my reasoning. I really wanted to get rid of these. These two together is a very potent combination. And I know a lot of people only run 1 Cyclone Mask, so getting rid of that is pretty good. I also equipped my artifact too, because why not? So I chunked him for more damage. Okay. As a general rule of thumb, against Songhai, attacking with the general is not the smartest thing, but I was at very high HP. I was at full HP actually, so it's not that bad. I kind of, as a rule of thumb, if there's no minions on the board, if I'm below 9, I don't attack. If there's minions on the board and I'm like below 16, I don't attack, because Songhai has tons of burst, like from their hand. They can kill you in 1 turn very fast. You'd be surprised at how many times I've lost to them dealing an extreme amount of damage in 1 turn, even with just 1 minion on the board and some spells. So that was an interesting card. I wasn't expecting this. Means my spells cost 2 more this turn. Good for me, I have 2 spells that I can't use, so I'm going to return them. These spells need a minion to use, by the way, which is why I can't use them. So my options here are to attack this with my general to take care of it, or attack him to deal some more damage, because he's getting pretty close to being within like a dangerous range where I can kill him in 1 turn. But the thing is, like I said before, against Songhai, you kind of want to try and stay at high HP. So I'm electing more to not attack this thing, because I also have another way to kill it. I have my Saber Spine, so I can get this off the board. It's a possibility. And then I still have enough mana to play this guy too. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to grab this and still kill this with the Saber Spine, so that's not the best. So I kill it. I'm going to move over here so I block him from getting the mana tile. And now I play my Cloaker. Deal damage to him to break his artifact and just get him a bit lower. If you didn't know, this card gets Infiltrate. Infiltrate is when a minion is on the opposing team's battlefield. So anything from this tile, this set of tiles, to the right hand side. The middle doesn't count. That's important. The middle is no man's land. No one owns this. So he kills that. Kind of strange because he's such low HP. When that happens, you kind of figure he has healing coming, because that's a very low amount of HP. It's good to note Vanar doesn't have a lot of out-of-hand damage, so he's not really afraid of me just like suddenly bursting him down. And there's the healing, like I kind of assumed was coming. He's going to Phoenix Fire me, so that deals damage to my artifact. It actually dealt it twice, because Blood Rage Mask hit me too. Alright, so now, here I have a couple options. Let's walk through them. So, I have 8 mana if I get the mana tile. If I do that, I can play this guy, and this guy. Or I can play both of my Emerald Rejuvenators to heal up for 8. So it's between doing these 3. But first, before you make a turn, as someone pointed out last time, you want to replace. So I got this card. Aspect of the Drake transforms any minion, so enemy minion 2, if you would want to for some reason, into a 4/4 with flying, and everything around it gets flying. So as soon as I see this card, I know I can start setting up for a lethal, because he's pretty low, and I can play 3 minions out of my hand. So I can play all 3 of these guys, and then next turn I have the chance of giving all of them flying, not just one of them. I can give all of them flying. So you can see how controlling that mana tile all game essentially, actually yeah, I controlled it all game pretty much, gives me this opportunity later, so you never know when it's going to pay off. I'm not saying I planned this from the start, because I didn't, but you never know when that 1 net mana is going to come in handy. So now, he doesn't know I have this, obviously, because he can't see my hand, unless he's cheating, but he's not. So, he has to deal with these, but he doesn't know that, so we'll see what he does here. He's at a pretty low life, so he probably also won't want to attack with his general, because he's pretty low. He's definitely within killing range of just a couple spells, even 1 attack, and, I don't know, a Boundless Courage or something like that. So he needs to be careful. But, yeah, I kind of picked this game to do because I thought it was a pretty good showcase of controlling mana tiles. I kind of positioned myself around this all game. Not that I really had to worry about it because he stayed around here, but it paid off. He could still have a couple things in hand, like a couple Phoenix Fires would kind of be the death of me, but he only has 4 cards. I know he already played a Phoenix Fire, and he hasn't shown Lantern Fox, so we'll just see what he does. We'll stop trying to interpret what's going on. Just wait and see. He's thinking about it. He's he's deep in thought. He's the dairy man. Alright, so he gives that guy +1/+1. So now he can kill my Emerald without dying in return, because 4 is less than 5, so this can't kill it. He flees with his general, which kind of makes sense. It's not the worst thing in the world, because, you know, you're at low HP, but he didn't know I have this card, so I'm going to transform this into flying, fly towards him, and then Boundless Courage a minion for the full 10 damage. And he concedes before I can finish him off. Who does that? Who does that? Oh, well, it was a good game. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope the sound quality was better, so yeah. Peace.